The world of professional photography just shifted on its axis. While everyone was looking at Sony's global shutter or Canon's R1, Nikon was quietly building something that shouldn't even be possible. Welcome back to TechVibe. Today, we aren't just talking about a refresh. We are talking about the Nikon Z9 II, the camera that officially brings Red Cinema DNA into the hands of photographers. If you thought the original Z9 was a beast, you have no idea what's coming next. What if I told you that you could get medium format image quality, 60 frames per second in full RAW, and 8K open gate video in a single, indestructible body? The leaked spec sheet for the Nikon Z9 II just hit the desk, and it is honestly terrifying for the competition. We are breaking down why the Z9 II is the only camera you will need for the next decade. When the original Nikon Z9 launched, it did something no one else dared to do: it killed the mechanical shutter entirely. It was a massive gamble that paid off, cementing Nikon as the king of the professional mirrorless world. But it's 2026, and the king is about to be dethroned by its own successor. Let's start with the heart of this beast, the sensor. Rumors from the most reliable industry insiders suggest a revolutionary new 46-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor. Now, you might be thinking that 46 megapixels is basically the same as the current Z9. But here is the catch: this sensor is reportedly 3.5 times faster than its predecessor. We are talking about a readout speed so blistering that it achieves an X-sync speed of 1/720th of a second. To put that in perspective, that is getting dangerously close to global shutter territory without the traditional trade-offs in dynamic range or base ISO sensitivity. Speaking of dynamic range, Nikon is doing something radical that has the studio world buzzing. The Z9 II is rumored to feature a native base ISO of 32. This isn't a software trick or an extended setting, it's a hardware-level optimization that delivers what experts are calling medium format-like tonal depth. Imagine shooting a high-fashion editorial or a sprawling landscape with the clean, noise-free files of a Phase 1, but with the speed and reliability of a sports camera. That is the gap the Z9 II is designed to bridge. It's about giving you the best of both worlds: extreme resolution and extreme speed. This leap in image quality is bolstered by a complete redesign of the light-gathering photodiodes. By lowering the native floor to ISO 32, Nikon is effectively doubling the signal-to-noise ratio in high-contrast scenes. For photographers who spend their lives in the desert sun or under high-powered studio strobes, this means you can finally shoot wide open at f/1.2 without needing a handful of ND filters. It's a level of purity in the raw data that we simply haven't seen in a 35mm full-frame sensor before. For the sports and wildlife shooters among us, the original Z9's 20 frames per second RAW was impressive, but the Z9 II is pushing that to a staggering 60 frames per second in full-resolution RAW. If you need even more speed, it's rumored to hit 120 frames per second in DX crop mode, and we aren't talking about JPEGs here, but actual RAW files. This is all powered by the upcoming EXPEED processor, a silicon powerhouse designed to handle the massive data throughput required for these speeds without breaking a sweat or overheating in the middle of a crucial shoot. But the biggest story of the Z9 II isn't just about still photography. It's about the color red. Since Nikon acquired Red Digital Cinema, everyone has been waiting to see how that legendary technology would trickle down into the Z-mount system. The Z9 II is the definitive answer. We are looking at 12-bit or 3D NE RAW video recorded internally up to 8.3K at 60p in OpenGate. For the filmmakers watching, OpenGate is the holy grail of cinematography. It uses the full 3x2 sensor area, giving you maximum flexibility to crop for vertical social media or wide cinematic ratios without losing a single drop of quality. Nikon is also reportedly adding professional red style tools directly into the menu system. We are talking about waveform monitors, false color, and a new set of film simulation lookup tables that aren't just filters, they are professional-grade color transforms that mimic the most iconic cinema stocks in history. This isn't just a camera that takes video, it's a cinema camera that happens to take world-class photos. The level of color science integration here is deep. We're hearing that the Z9 II will even feature a Log3 mode specifically tuned by Red engineers to match the workflow of a VRaptor. This makes it the perfect B camera for Hollywood sets, yet it remains portable enough for a lone documentary filmmaker in the field. The autofocus system is also getting a massive AI-driven overhaul. While the current 3D tracking is already industry-leading, the Z9 II is introducing predictive path analysis. The camera won't just track where a subject is currently located, it will use deep learning to predict where a bird, a race car, or a player is going to be milliseconds before they get there. It's an intent-based AF system. In the world of professional sports photography, that is the difference between a career-defining cover shot and a blurry mess that gets deleted. Physically, the Z9 II is expected to maintain that legendary built-like-a-tank ergonomics that Nikon pros swear by. However, we are hearing whispers of a new $5.76 million electronic viewfinder, the same ultra-bright, high-refresh panel found in the Z6 III, ensuring that you never feel like you're looking at a screen, but rather looking through a crystal-clear window. Connectivity is also getting a massive boost with dual CF Express Type-B 4.0 slots and potentially USB 4.0 for tethering speeds that will make studio photographers weep with joy. This camera is being built for the workflow of the future, where files are getting larger and deadlines are getting shorter. We are even hearing rumors of integrated 5G mmWave support, allowing photojournalists to upload full-sized RAW files directly to a newsroom server in the middle of a live event without ever touching a laptop. So, when can you get your hands on it? While many hoped for an early 2026 launch to coincide with the Winter Olympics, the latest industry intelligence suggests a more strategic release. Nikon is reportedly perfecting the RED integration to ensure it's not just a software gimmick but a fundamental shift in the camera's architecture. All signs now point to a major development announcement later this year, with the full global release scheduled for mid to late 2026. It's clear that Nikon isn't just trying to keep up with the likes of Sony and Canon, they are trying to end the conversation entirely. The Nikon Z9 II isn't just an upgrade, it's a statement of intent. It's Nikon saying that the future of imaging is here, and it's faster, cleaner, and more cinematic than ever before. If these specs hold true, the Nikon Z9 II might just be the most powerful hybrid tool ever created. From 60 frames per second RAW to 8K open gate, the boundary between photography and cinema has officially vanished. This is more than a camera, it is the culmination of a century of Nikon optics and 2 decades of RED digital innovation. I want to hear from you. Does the ISO 32 and RED integration make this a must-buy for your kit, or is your current gear still getting the job done? Drop a comment below, I read every single one to see what the community thinks. If you found this breakdown helpful and want to stay ahead of the curve, smash that like button and subscribe to TechVibe for the latest in pro-grade gear. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming deep dive into the new Z-mount cinema lenses. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm your host, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep creating, and stay tuned to the vibe.